Now, look, we all know it. Some of us have said it. You walk into a room, there's an older person there, and you get a smell. It's not awful, but it's there. And let's be honest, it's a bit of a mystery. Is it the mothballs? The lotion? Something in the air? Or is there actually something going on with the body as we age? Well, today we're diving into it. We're going to talk about where that old person smell really comes from, what science says about it, and, most importantly, how to fix it if you're not too keen on walking around smelling like a vintage sofa. And no, this isn't about shaming anyone. Aging is amazing. But smelling like an old suitcase? Maybe not the part we want to hold on to. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know what causes that smell, what products help, and which don't, and a few things that might surprise you. But before we jump in, I'd really appreciate it if you would like the video and subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. All right then, let's clear the air, literally. All right, let's get into the sciencey bit, and don't worry. I'll keep it plain and simple. Yes, there really is a compound that plays a big role in this smell. And no, you can't blame it all on the cat. It's called 2-nonenal, or just nonenal if you're not a chemistry nerd. This little chemical shows up more often on our skin as we age, usually after 40 or 50. It's caused by the oxidation of fatty acids on our skin, especially as our skin becomes drier and our body chemistry shifts. Now here's the interesting part. Young people actually produce more oil on their skin, which helps flush away certain smells. But as we get older, our skin produces less oil and sheds dead cells more slowly. That gives things like nonenal more time to stick around, on your skin, your clothes, your pillowcases, even the armrest on your favorite chair. And no, it's not that you're not clean. It's that your body has changed. You could be freshly scrubbed and still have that slightly musty, papery smell that clings. Scientists in Japan, where they study this kind of thing in serious detail, bless them, were the first to really dig into nonenal. And yes, they proved it's stronger, more persistent, and harder to wash away than the typical smells we have when we're younger. It's not a disease. It's not a hygiene issue. It's just biology doing its thing. And knowing that? Well, it means we can actually do something about it, which we'll get to soon. But first, let's talk about what makes it worse. Because a lot of people have no idea they're accidentally amplifying the stink without even knowing it. Now, as if Nonenal wasn't cheeky enough all by itself, let's talk about the things that make it worse. Because yes, there are a few sneaky habits and lifestyle bits that can crank up the volume on that vintage aroma, whether you mean to or not. Let's start with diet. Greasy foods, too much sugar, alcohol, they all influence your body's chemistry. They affect the oils your skin produces and how your body breaks things down. Ever notice how garlic can come out through your pores? Well, think of sugar and processed foods like that, but more subtle and lingering. Next up, mobility. If it's harder to shower or reach certain spots, especially under arms or feet, it's not about being lazy. It's just physically trickier. And sometimes we don't even realize how much dead skin is sticking around when we're not moving as much or exfoliating properly. Then there's clothes and linens. That cozy cardigan you've had since the 90s, it might be holding on to more than just memories. Natural oils, sweat, and yes, nonenal, build up in fabrics over time, especially if they aren't washed frequently. Oh, and medications can also play a part. Some meds affect metabolism or skin health, which can indirectly contribute to changes in body odor. So no, it's not just about using more soap. It's about understanding the little things we can adjust to keep things fresh, and we'll get to that shortly. Now let's get something straight, because this one really gets under my skin. That old person smell? It's not because someone's dirty. Yes, hygiene matters. Of course it does. But the idea that older folks smell because they're not washing properly? That's just lazy thinking. The truth is, as we age, our skin changes, our metabolism slows, and our body chemistry shifts. That means you could be squeaky clean, freshly showered, in clean clothes, and still have a little scent that wasn't there when you were 30. You see, younger people tend to have faster skin turnover, meaning their dead skin cells slough off quickly and naturally. Older adults? Not so much. Our skin holds on a bit longer. And with that comes more buildup of those oxidized oils like nonenal we talked about earlier. Plus, let's be honest, some people just sweat more. Some people always have. And when you're older and maybe not moving as much, not showering daily because of balance, cold sensitivity, or mobility issues, that's not neglect. That's reality. So if anyone's out there blaming Nana's scent on a skipped shower, they might want to sit down and learn a little science, or at least offer to help with laundry before they start judging. And honestly, most older folks I know are very particular about staying clean. They just don't always know that their body's chemistry has changed behind the scenes. So, it's not about blame. It's about understanding. And if we can get that part right, we're already halfway to fixing it. Here's something most people don't even think about. Culture plays a big role in how we notice and talk about body odor. In Japan, for example, the term old person smell, or kareishu, is openly acknowledged. They even sell soaps and sprays made specifically to neutralize nonenal. It's seen as a natural part of aging, not something to be ashamed of, just something to manage. Meanwhile, in Western countries, we don't really talk about it until someone makes a rude joke or buys Grandma a candle that says, "fresh linen," a little too pointedly. Even environmental factors matter. Things like ventilation, indoor heating, humidity, and even synthetic fabrics can all affect how strong a natural scent becomes. And let's not forget that our own noses change as we get older. Some people become more sensitive to smells. Others lose sensitivity completely. So sometimes it's not even about how strong the smell is, but who's noticing it. The point is, aging doesn't smell the same everywhere, and what we think of as funny might just be normal. All right, now we've sniffed around the science and the myths. It's time for the good stuff. What can you actually do about it? Because the good news is, you're not stuck with it. There are simple, kind, and actually effective ways to reduce or completely neutralize that age-related scent. And no, you don't need to start bathing in vinegar or scrubbing like a maniac. Let's start with gentle exfoliation. One of the main causes of that lingering scent is a buildup of oxidized oils and dead skin. So using a soft washcloth or a mild exfoliating cleanser, especially on your back, chest, and neck, a few times a week can help more than you'd think. Next, look for soaps or body washes that target nonenal. Some Japanese brands are now sold online, and they're specially formulated to break down that specific compound without drying out your skin. And speaking of skin, moisturize. Dry skin traps odor, Keeping your skin healthy and hydrated not only helps with scent but also feels wonderful. Then there's laundry. Wash clothes, bed sheets, and pillowcases more often than you think you need to. Use unscented or enzyme-boosted detergents that break down oils. And don't let damp towels sit around for too long. They're breeding grounds for musty smells. Diet matters too. Eating more greens, staying hydrated, and cutting back a little on greasy or sugary stuff can balance your body chemistry in ways you'll notice, not just in smell, but in energy and digestion too. Oh, and ventilation. Air out your home. Open a window now and then, especially in bedrooms and closets. Smell tends to build up in still, stale air. And finally, if you're worried but not sure if others are noticing, ask someone you trust. A gentle friend, a grown child, someone who'll be kind but honest. Because guess what? We can't always smell ourselves, but that doesn't mean it's hopeless. So to sum up, exfoliate, moisturize, wash often, eat well, breathe fresh air. You don't need to smell like roses, just like you. It's not always glamorous getting older. Your knees creak, your memory goes, and sometimes your smell changes. But you know what? That doesn't mean you're less than. It just means you've lived a little. And sure, we can manage it. Like we manage everything else. We adapt, we moisturize, we keep our laundry honest. But let's not lose the plot, all right? Because everyone has a smell. Babies smell like spit and talcum powder. Teenagers smell like panic and cheap deodorant. And older folks? We smell like life. The trick is to keep it fresh, not because we're ashamed, but because we care. We care about how we show up. We care about how we feel in our own skin. So take care of yourself. Laugh at the changes. And if someone makes a joke about old person smell, well, give 'em a wink. And maybe an extra spritz of lemony soap for good measure. Well, there you have it. So the next time someone mentions old people smell, you can say, yes, it's called Nonenal. It's science. Look it up, sweetheart. And more importantly, you'll know what to do about it. Gently, naturally, and with a bit of grace, and maybe a citrusy soap bar too. If you found this video helpful or even just amusing, I'd be tickled if you gave it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go on and tap that little button and the bell too. I've got more oddball, useful things to share. And tell me in the comments, did you know about Nonenal before this? Have you noticed a scent shift in yourself or someone you love? Let's have a little chat down there. Judgment-free zone, always. Thanks for spending this time with me. And as always, stay curious, stay kind, and maybe give your favorite jumper a wash just in case. Bye for now.